Welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're really going behind the veil with Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
Oh, wow.
You know, everyone remembers them as Michelle Tanner,
Of course, yeah.
but their story goes way beyond Full House, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So we're going to unpack their journey from child stars to these fashion icons, and we're going to be drawing insights from a podcast called The Disappearance of Mary-Kate Ashley Olsen, deepdive.mp3.
It's an amazing story. You know, they've been so private about their lives as adults.
Yeah.
And to see how they went from, like, sitcoms to this, like, high-fashion world.
Yeah.
It makes you think about fame and controlling your story.
It really does.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that they were basically born on a soundstage and like built this billion-dollar brand before they were even 18.
Oh, yeah. Before they were adults.
Can you imagine, like, the
It
pressure
doesn't even fathom it.
of that kind of childhood fame?
I know, but they didn't let it define them.
Right.
When they turned 18, they took control
Yeah.
of their empire. And they shifted from acting to high fashion with the row.
Okay, so that's where this whole quiet luxury thing comes in, right?
Exactly.
So I'm curious, as someone who follows fashion, what do you think was so genius about that?
Well, think about the fashion world back then. It was all about, like, logos and showing off.
Right. Yeah.
The Olsens tapped into something different, like a quiet elegance.
Understated?
Yes.
Yes.
Their clothes were amazing quality and fabrics,
Oh, for sure.
but no huge branding. It was all very subtle.
So were they kind of going against what everyone else was doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Almost like rebelling?
Yes, and it really worked for them. They had a certain type of customer who valued that.
Yeah, being discreet.
Exactly.
Right.
They knew that real luxury didn't need to be allowed.
Didn't need to scream.
Right. It's funny you say that you follow fashion because the market was full of logos.
Oh, totally.
They saw what people really wanted.
It was like the complete opposite.
Yeah.
And they were so smart about building that mystique.
Yeah.
The podcast talks about how they relied on word of mouth and like made limited amounts of their pieces to make them feel exclusive.
Oh, absolutely. That scarcity was so important. It made people want it more,
Yeah.
you know? It wasn't just about the clothes. It was about being in the know.
It's like they were making a secret society.
In a way, they were.
But then that also ties into their privacy, which has been a theme their whole career.
Totally.
You can feel that in Mary-Kate's statement about feeling like a little monkey performer when she was a child star.
I remember that.
Makes you wonder if that was like a turning point for them.
You think so?
Like if all that attention made them want a more private life.
It's hard to say for sure, but it definitely shows how hard it is to be a child star.
Oh, yeah?
Think about growing up with cameras always on you, every move you make being watched.
Yeah.
It's no wonder they wanted some control.
And that control is really obvious in how they left Hollywood.
Oh, absolutely.
Ashley's last acting was in 2004. Mary-Kate's last film was in 2011. And then they didn't do the Fuller House reboot.
They didn't.
It was a clear sign they were moving on.
On their own terms.
Yeah, and speaking of leaving Hollywood, it ties into the whole mystery surrounding them.
Okay.
Like, there are so many things that make them seem even more mysterious.
Like what?
Their connection to Heath Ledger's death, the secret wedding with bowls of cigarettes, and that lawsuit with the unpaid interns.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's like their lives are a secret.
It's true. They have a real aura of mystery.
Yeah.
It's true. They've created this, like, air of mystery around themselves. And that lawsuit with the interns.
Right.
It was interesting, but it's just a small part of the story.
Yeah.
They were already moving away from acting. Remember, Ashley's last role was years before.
Way back in 2004.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So all these things, while they seem random, they actually add to their image.
Like they're not playing by Hollywood's rules.
Right. They're doing their own thing.
And you know what? It seems to have worked.
Oh, totally.
Leaving acting and all the mystery.
Yeah,
It's made them more interesting.
I think so. By not playing the celebrity game, they've made people even more curious.
Yeah. It's like they're playing hard to get.
Exactly. They've made absence work for them.
So smart. And it's not just their careers, it's their personal lives, too.
Oh, yes. Their relationships.
Yeah.
Always a hot topic.
Everyone wants to know.
The podcast mentions how they tend to date older men.
Yeah. Like Mary-Kate's marriage to Olivier Sarkozy.
17 years older.
And then their divorce was crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
Tell me about it.
An emergency court order during COVID rumors
Yeah.
about why they split.
Yeah.
And then his ex-wife got involved.
It was a lot. But what's interesting is even with all that, Mary-Kate still wanted her privacy.
Right.
They never said much about it, which just adds to the mystery.
Exactly. And then you have Ashley,
Yeah.
married to Louis Eisner.
So private.
It's like they're living two different love stories.
Right. While being These huge celebrities.
It's amazing how they stay so grounded.
I know. And through it all, their careers are still going strong.
The row is still huge. They even opened a new store in Paris. Fashion is tough, but they always seem to be ahead of the game.
Remember that interview they did with the Financial Times
Yes.
about stealth wealth?
It's like they're redefining what it means to be successful.
They are. They talked about having wealth but not needing to show it off.
And they've had their challenges too. Remember when Barney's went bankrupt?
Oh, yeah. They were owed millions.
But they bounced back.
They did. It shows how strong they are as businesswomen.
It makes you think, could other celebrities do what they did?
That's a good question.
Is it even possible now with social media and everyone wanting to be seen all the time?
It's unique what they've done. They're world famous, but they avoid the spotlight.
So different from everyone else.
It makes you think about what it means to be a celebrity today.
It really does. Some people might say that this quiet luxury thing,
Yeah.
it's just another way of being exclusive.
Right.
Like it's not for everyone.
Well, their clothes are definitely expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they've had a big impact on fashion.
In what way?
They've made people care more about quality and sustainability. Oh, okay.
And timeless designs, not just trends.
So they've influenced how people shop.
Exactly. They've been both exclusive and influential, which is pretty amazing.
It is. It's interesting how complex their story is.
It really is. They're
Right.
hard to put in a box.
They're mysterious but inspiring.
Mm.
Private but groundbreaking.
Exactly. They make you think about fame and fortune and living life on your own terms.
Makes you think about what success really is. Would you trade a childhood in the spotlight for all that freedom?
It's a tough question. They've shown you can change the rules.
Yeah.
You can be famous and rich and still have privacy.
Keep your values.
Exactly. It makes you think, what would you give up to be successful?
Now, what does success even mean?
Right.
It's interesting how they've changed what it means to be a celebrity.
Totally. In a world full of social media and reality shows,
Yeah, it's all about being seen.
they've done something different.
Yeah.
It's more about what they do, not who they are.
And their style. It's become so iconic.
Oh, absolutely. They represent this kind of quiet elegance and power.
And the podcast mentions this art exhibit called the Olsen twins hiding from paparazzi.
Oh, wow. I've heard of that.
It's like their whole relationship with fame summed up in an art piece.
It really is.
Yeah.
They've turned avoiding the spotlight into art.
That's genius. They're in control of their story.
They are. It's like they're saying, we'll show you who we are when we're ready.
And that's so powerful.
It is. Especially now when everyone wants attention.
All the time.
They've shown us there's a different way.
Yeah.
A way that's more about being real than being famous.
So what's the big takeaway from the Olsen twins?
I think it's about being true to yourself.
Yeah.
They never gave up on their vision, even with so much pressure.
Right.
They show you can be super successful and still be yourself.
And that's something we can all learn from.
Oh, definitely.
It's not just about business or being creative. It's about life.
Yeah.
It's about knowing what you want and going after it.
In your own way.
Exactly. So we hope you enjoyed this deep dive into Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen's world. It's definitely given us a lot to think about.
It has fame, money, and living a good life.
It's all connected.
And remember, sometimes the best stories leave you with more questions.
Oh.
The Olsen twins are definitely mysterious, and that's what makes them so interesting.
If you're curious like us, we encourage you to learn more about them.
There's so much out there.
Yeah.
Articles, interviews, documentaries.
Yeah, go explore.
Until next time, keep asking questions and keep diving deep.